The agonizing groan belonged to the girl in the dirt-spattered bridal gown. Her disheveled hair and bleeding lips illustrated a glimpse of her punishment from her so-called guardian, her father. Her father was mercilessly ridiculing her in front of all the guards and her forced in-laws, coupled with the gift of physical. "You have ruined my image completely. That's enough now." Sharply seized her arm and jerked her. "Now you will only do what I say. Got it?" With each word he said, his voice grew harsher. However, it seemed like wine did not got the taste of his medicine. Addicted to the taste of freedom, she shook her head, denying her father once again. However, soon after, she suffered the consequences of her actions. The room fell silent after a loud slap noise resonated. She placed her quivering hand on her cheek, but no noise came out of her mouth, except a single sob. "Don't test me," spoke through gritted teeth. "No." She breathed out, but her father ignored her and hauled her roughly to the altar. He pushed her in front of the priest. She was about to step down again, but someone caught her on time. "Leave me," struggled in his embrace. "Stop struggling," screamed at her, his arms clenching around her. They gestured the priest to start the ceremony, and he complied without taking into account that the bride is not ready at all. Wine kept struggling, and Alex kept behaving like an animal with her. "I do," still maintaining an excruciatingly tight grip on the struggling bride. Rather than responding, Wine continued attempting to free herself from his hold, acting as though she had heard nothing at all. Getting frustrated, Alex jerked her body, gesturing for her to respond, but all she did was shake her head in denial and cry, while staring at the doorway as though she was waiting for someone. "Wine, I swear I'll..." "I dare you." Jungkook spewed. She stopped fighting back and jerked her head in my direction as though she was waiting for me only. Seeing her with tears in her eyes makes me want to light a fire under anyone who is causing this. Her father, who resembled the devil more than anything else, seemed not to worry and approached me as his guards encircled me from all the sides like a bunch of teenage college boys. I could not help myself but laugh when they pointed their right at me. "What a warm welcome," acted impressed. "What do you want?" asked in a furious manner. "As if you don't know." Nobody asked you. Disregarding the several aimed at my head, I headed in the direction of altar. From behind, I heard the clicks that mean they were about to. I watched Wine gasping while looking behind me and frantically attempting to escape that ugly groom's hold. "He's scared for me?" Oh, I'm loving every second of it. Soon the sound of reverberated across the area, and bodies scattered across the ground like autumn leaves falling from the trees. All thanks to Jimmy. My buddy literally landed from helicopters on my command. continued to walk towards the scared beauty. Alex left her and was about to run to the other side when I drew my sweetie out and his shin, making him kiss the floor instantly. I turned around to face her and found her lost. Looks like I not so accidentally traumatized her. I gently took her wrist and my gaze was drawn to all they gave her. That's it. In whichever direction I wanted, and my did not forget to bless the comb. I felt her hand on my chest and turned to look at her. However, as soon as I noticed that she was getting unconscious, I swiftly seized her. I gave her a bridal-style lift and made my way out the door. I stopped in my way and glanced at her father, captured by my guards. He is a father. Treat him accordingly. His monks. Saying this, I left the chapel, leaving the remaining work to my guards. I got her in the car and took a seat next to her. I took the first aid box and began gently treating her wounds. I found myself staring at her time to time while treating her. I glared at Jimin. Minho is lucky. Minho. I completely forgot about him. What were you thinking, Jungkook? How can you forget that you are taking her for Minho, not for you? What are you thinking, Jungkook? Now I can't even think. Pissed. Don't tell me. You fell for her? Cast JK a doubtful glance. Okay, I won't tell you. Started using his mobile phone. Are you for real, Jungkook? Eyes went wide. No, I'm for fake. Shrugged his shoulders. What about Minho? I don't love her, okay? I will hand her over to Minho. Whispered the last part and looked out the window. After a few hours, Vine's POV. I felt extreme headache and opened my eyes. I looked around and my gaze got stuck in the direct eye contact with Jungkook. We did not say anything as we just stared at each other. I looked to the front seat and asked, "Are you okay?" Concerned. "No, I'm Jimin." Cutely smiled. I gave him a tight smile. You? Trying to strike up a conversation. You already know me, so what's the point? Casually replied. My respect around here is on vacation, with no plans of coming back. Sighed and muttered under his breath. After a long period of silence. Everyone is coming to save me, except Minho. Why? Faced Jaken asked sadly. Taken aback by her question. Jungkook reluctantly responded to her after giving it some thought. Gulps. We are surprising him. Franz. What? It means he did not ask you to save me? Does it even matter to him if I marry another man? Shocked and scared at the same time. Jimin stepped in before things could get out of hand. No, he was afraid of what would happen if your dad mistreated you because of him. He was really unhappy and did not want to let you go. So Jungkook took that step for him. Jungkook became your savior only because of Minho. Now we will surprise him and you guys will get you happy ever after. In the end, it does not matter who saved who. What matters is you are safe. That words count. Tried to persuade Mayan. I hope everything goes well. Mumbled, feeling skeptical about the situation. Outside Minho's mansion. Jimin exited the car and directly went inside the mansion before us. I was sitting still at my place trying to get my thoughts together. Are you nervous? Intensely staring at her. Scared. Rubbed her shivering hands. Of whom? Frowns. Of being alone. Don't be, sadly smiled. Minho will be there for you, painfully swallows. He did not even came to save me. He is not like you. Stares at him and passed him a sad smile while trying to suppress her conflicting emotions. Don't be silly. You came all the way for him. Don't be a coward now. Forced himself to laugh to ease up her discomfort. Exchanging the last glance with him, Wine got out of the car. Jungkook POV. For the first time in my life, I felt something for someone, and then regretted feeling something in the very next moment. Watching her going towards some other guy, it feels like someone is draining me out. I feel like the sickest man alive. In that moment, I wished I could freeze time just to savor the warmth of her presence a little longer. As I watched her walk away, I felt the weight of the world on my shoulders. I know I should control myself, but I hope fate plays its games and she comes back. I should think about Minho's and her happiness. I have no place here. These feelings were never meant for me, and it should be this way only. After consoling myself, I came out of the car and made my way inside. But my eyes widened when I saw her running towards me, wiping away her tears.